Blazebodyz! What's up? Welcome back. Last night I tried to do this segment while I was waiting in my Jeep to pick up my weekly reward meal. But I had no voice left. It was getting dark. I tried and I just said, forget it. I'll do it today. But what I really wanted to reiterate was the fact, as I was waiting for that well-deserved reward meal, people assume, they naturally assume, if someone is in shape, or, whether it be a competitive person, on a competitive level, or someone who is completely out of their mind, batshit crazy, and tries to stay in contest shape all the time like myself, or someone who generally just stays in really good shape all year round, they naturally assume that it's easy to not eat bad, which is bullshit. Excuse my French. To be quite honest, I wish I could eat pizza and fries and so on every single day. I really, really do, but I can't. And to be honest, I think about it all the time. Years and years ago, I actually would go 6 months out of the year, and every single night I would get either a calzone and fry. I would try to get fat on purpose. That was my off season, which I later learned was stupid as I got into my 40s and then now into my 50s, because it just doesn't come off. You venture into your 40s as a guy, and even more so as a female, and you lay down some fat, it does not want to go. So the best thing to do is to avoid putting it on in the first place. But having said that, I think about it all the time. It's not easy for me. It's not easy. You just have to have self-control. Your perception of what food is needs to be changed in your brain. If you're constantly fixated on how good food tastes, or how great that's gonna taste, and how so on, you're setting yourself up for failure. You have to perceive food in one or two ways. I, years ago, used to perceive food as medicine. I would literally prescribe myself how I would feel for the next several hours according to how I ate. Nowadays, I look at it as merely food as survival. I know I need to get a certain amount of protein in a day. I know I need to get in a certain amount of essential fats and fiber a day. And I manipulate and vary my starches according to my schedule. This last several years, I've been sticking pretty much to a ketogenic type of, not 100% keto, which I learned was not the best way to do it, but more or less a higher protein, zero carbs, mostly fiber and essential fats type thing, more of a modified keto, if you will. And I keep track on every morning of my morning blood glucose levels with a glucometer, and I even check my ketone levels and so on. So I keep track of stuff, but I know I have to have a certain amount of macronutrients a day, and that, of course, ends up being a total amount of calories for the day. I keep track of that. But I could quite honestly eat dog shit off the ground if that's what I had to do. I don't care about how it tastes. I know I need to get that to maintain my muscle mass, and I'm trying to put on some muscle in my old age. But when you'll discover too, you'll get there, believe me, that when you get, as a guy, when you get into your 50s, it's really about maintaining what you have. I mean, you can if you're on some sort of testosterone replacement therapy, or you took the initiative yourself and you're on some sort of gear, sure, you can continue to put a little muscle on. But other than that, it's about maintaining. And to do that, you need a certain amount of protein a day. And if, for health purposes, you need a lot of fiber and essential fats. So I eat I pretty much contest diet all year round. And, but, you know, I'm not going to lie, it's not easy. It's effing hard. You know, I like to eat. My problem is I just look at a pizza and I put on about 10 pounds. You know, but I can't do it because I know I have high blood pressure personally that I'm trying to bring down. I just found out I have the gene for Alzheimer's, right? From that 23andMe DNA thing I did, right? So I have particular risks that I need to maintain my health for. I got to keep my brain strong for my clients. I'm no good to my clients if I'm no good to myself. So it's not easy for me. So don't assume when you see someone who looks like they compete or they look like they're just a freak in general that we don't think about those things. We think about it all the time. All the time. And it's, for that matter, going to the gym, it's not always unicorns and rainbows. There's times where I literally am sitting in my car out in the parking lot at the gym doing my absolute best to psych myself up to get in there because I feel like shit. I work a lot. I'm tired a lot. I wake up tired. I'm tired all day and I go home tired. So when you get to the gym, you got to muster it up. So it's not like I'm fired up to work out all the time. I get in, I get it fucking done, and I get home. But it's not easy, so don't assume that. So it's got to get done, is what I'm trying to say. It's not easy. Now, you got to do two things as far as a lesson from this particular segment. A, you got to change the way you think of food, all right? Don't think about how good it will taste. Think about how good you will feel if you eat clean sources of protein, lots of fiber, lots of good fats. Cut the sugar out completely. There's no reason why you should have sugar in your diet. If you're trying to get fatter on purpose or bulk up, which you should never really try to do, with the exception of, there are exceptions. I have someone who on purpose is putting on some weight so we can bring it down for his competition. That's different. That's on a competitive level. But anyway, change the way you look at food. Think of it as literally survival. You need a certain amount of protein a day. You pick the protein you want. I would definitely avoid any kind of soy. Nothing to do with soy or tofu or edamame or whatever you want to call it. It's all estrogen phytochemicals that will F with your system. So stay away from soy completely. Stick to grass-fed beef, hormone and antibiotic-free chicken or turkey and so on, right? And fish, you can stick to fish too. It's good for you. But eat lots of fibrous greens and implement lots of good essential monounsaturated fats. All right? So, and stay away from peanuts and cashews. I just recently found that out, and it's made a huge difference in my health. All right? So, and as shitty as you feel, get to the gym. It's got to get done. You're not always going to want to go. You have to go for your health. You got to be consistent. All right? I got to go. I got work to do. So do me a favor. Get to the gym and suck it up, Buttercup. It's got to happen.